Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Right back to the first. The Israelites, the black Hispanics, I mean, we are the ones that are laid with these.
That scripture about
Hebrews 13 and 4.
And you're the one in a Deuteronomy.
Oh, Deuteronomy 16.
How would God judge you? The other scripture that
Deuteronomy 20 and 61. By diseases, because if you don't honor Deuteronomy 28, 61. Because if you don't honor marriage and you go outside, chances are you're going to get these diseases. And they're telling you, oh, to show how this society glorifies whoredom, what do they do? Oh, they go and get protection by a condom. A condom is not 100% secure. The condom can break. And guess what happened? Disease. You understand me? So we need, if we're in the confines of marriage, we don't have to worry about those things.
Yeah,
You understand?
come to the evening, the night services.
Sure, they can come.
They can come?
Yeah. Well, we don't have any night services, no. We'll come out on the street. We're going to Portmore tomorrow.
That's what we're actually.
Yeah, man, we're going to Portmore tomorrow.
Don't it be the same people who disappear God?
That's right.
And make God so grieve at us.
Alright, let's go back to the
And so church grieve at us. We black people, right? We black people was the king and queen and everything thereof, right?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. So is it true that we grieve at God promised unto us, king and queen and his people, everything so highly, that it shall rise unto you, Israel, and a race to rule you. About approximately 3,000 years before you harvest. I don't remember.
Yeah, thereabout. When Moses prophesied about 3,000 ago, he wrote the prophecies about us being held in captivity, going to sea.
That time the white man kingdom has never come as yet.
No.
At no given time. So, do you see any evidence or any indication where that come to pass?
Where what? That.
Yes, when Father God said, I shall rise unto you and a race is to rule you. That is by people, which is his people, which is us.
So if you're saying that there's any historical evidence to prove that happened, we're right here now. How did our ancestors come here?
Psalms 82.
How did our ancestors come here? It's slavery. This is, you don't want any more proof than that.
So, with scripture the Bible, tell it all. Outside the scripture the Bible, tells it all. Because
in terms of what?
In terms of what I say to you all about.
Alright, Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 50. Let's show you what God pronounced upon the Israelites for not obeying him. Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it says, this is a prophecy. It shall come to pass, if you do not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Curses were going to come upon the Israelites. So let's prove that. Hold that. Give me Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11.
Who is the Israelite?
Hold on, we're getting there. We're getting there. Because this is a prophecy that if the children of Israel don't keep the commandments, curses were going to follow them. So let's see if the children of Israel follow the commandments. Daniel 9 and verse 11.
Book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 11. Yea, all Israel.
All who?
All Israel.
Read.
Have transgressed the law, thy law.
All Israel have transgressed thy law. Read.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
So they did not obey, they may not obey the voice of God, which are the commandments. Read on.
Therefore,
the
curse is poured.
The what?
The curse is poured upon us.
The curse is poured upon us.
Who is us?
Read, go back to Deuteronomy 28. So let me tell you, hold on. So I made reference about slavery. Did our ancestors not come over here as slaves? Our ancestors, the black people.
Yeah, come here as slave. Yeah.
What type of transportation did they come?
Ship.
Let's get that. That's in the Bible. So if that don't cement and prove who we are and who the Israelites are today, then nothing will do.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So Moses telling the children of Israel, the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again. When the children, remember now, this one Moses just delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt. What condition were the children of Israel in Egypt? What were their conditions? They were slaves.
Yes.
So it says here, it's going to put you into that condition again. And let's prove what Egypt means from the Bible. Because that's, if you notice, we're going from one scripture to the next. That's how you get the understanding.
Yes.
Precept upon precept. It's like a puzzle and you put them together. So let's show you what
Why you stop here, man?
What? Let me show you what
teaching, man. Come and get your church.
You're not getting
All praises, all praises.
You're not getting this in church. All praises.
Jump up and walk.
That's right, brother, that's
Let
right.
us show you what Egypt means according to the Bible. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 6.
Read.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
So it says, I am the Lord thy God that brought you out of the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage.
From the house of what?
The house of bondage.
House of bondage. Egypt means house of bondage. What's another name for bondage? Start with S. Bondage. There you go. So go back to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68 again. Let's put this scripture in its full context so you can get a better understanding.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall Egypt again.
God is going to bring the children of Israel into Egypt again. Back into bondage, into slavery again, because remember, the children of Israel walked into Egypt. Remember when Joseph went down to Egypt and he was sold there. The children of Israel went into Egypt, they walked. Because Egypt was one landmass prior to the Suez Canal. It's back this side. One, but the Suez Canal now split it and they call it the Suez Canal. But they walked over into Egypt from Israel. So it says, we're going to send you back into that same condition that you were in Egypt, but this time by what?
With ships.
With ships. So it's going to send the Israelites back into slavery with ships, cargo slave ships. Did this not happen to us?
Yeah.
So what does that make us?
And they prophesied on so many.
It's prophesied by Moses over 3,000 years ago. So what is that telling us who we are today? We are the Israelites. So if you want, that is proof that what you asked me really happened. It did not happen. The evidence is there. You go right around. You have the sugar plantation right across the island. You see, that legacy is still there. Have you ever been to Kingston side where True Juice plantation is?
Yeah, man.
This is a massive land.
Yeah, man.
Who do you think own that? The McConnells. Them own Ferdie Park, Sugar Estate. They are the ones that run True Juice. It's a legacy that was handed down. Where do you think them get it from? Their foreparents handed it down. They were slave plantations. Even today, Ferdie Park is still run in that same manner. The workers are there, they work, they cut the sugar cane, and guess what? Right? Because a job that I used to do, we used to pay these people and they present a voucher. You know what used to happen? The people hard earned money. Ferdie Park used to get a cut from that voucher. So if they get $1,000, a 10% commission came out. So the slavery still persists till this very day. It has not ended. It's just in another form. Because let me show you how slavery is today. Get me? Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48. Let me show you something else that happened to us as a people that identify us as being the Israelites and it can be documented from history. Alright? So this is cargo slave ship. Look at this. African men. Look at how our people were packed together in this. Can you imagine being in this condition for months? Because remember, you know, when they took us from the west coast of Africa, there was a hole in cell. The Gold Coast. They have the Gold Coast Castle, right? Because they go inside Africa, they rounded us up and they transported us across the land to these parts of the Gold Coast. These where you have the slave ports. They house us there in some, you can't go and depot. Everybody was bundled up in this one little place, right? Depot. And they have a place, they have a gate called the point of no return. Once you go through there, you're going onto the ships and you will never see this place again. Right? You understand me? And this is the condition of the ships, how they were. We're packed like sardines. We were there for months. Remember, you know, these were sailing ships, you know. They never had any engines. They were powered by the wind. So guess what? A journey from here over here. You know how many months that took? And certain time of the year, when there was hardly any wind blowing, the ship would stall and the ship was basically just floating. So it took months. Can you imagine being in this condition for months? As a woman, you're having your menstrual right here. Women who were pregnant and were delivering right here. They were defecating right here. Everything done right here. They would only occasionally take it up on deck and hose it down and wash it down. Right? And guess what? Some of us couldn't stand it, we jump overboard. You understand me? This is a condition. This is Bible prophecy. Because of our disobedience.
Sure.
And you're telling me that the people who did this are not going to get punished for it?
Sure.
We can't be looking to these people who get salvation with us. That's just crazy, right? Everybody who does something to somebody, because if somebody come and kidnap you, and hold in our room, in our dark room, down in our dungeon for months, and the police finally reach to you, you want that person to be the person who you have it down there. You want to be safe along with them. What you want to happen to that person? No justice. The police come, take him and carry him away, and justice must be served. So guess what? Justice is going to be served. Just as how we got punished for what we did to our God, they are going to get the punishment for what they did to us.
They are going to be the slave at that.
My sister. So look at this. This is no joking. This really happened to our people. They make movies about it. It's in the history books. And you know what is so funny about the whole history of these things? The history is being changed. When I was going to school, it was out there. They show you the books, they talk about the history was still watered down to a certain degree because they make it seem as if slavery was more than it was just economic. This was prophetic. We're never told that.
The church is not teaching
the church is because nobody told us that history was in the Bible.
We never know about this neither.
The church is not teaching.
Churches don't.
We just know say or slavery, they just take away the slave. I never know that we were Israelites and this was being prophesied from days of Moses and those things.
That's what we never taught.
No? Things are new to me.
We were never taught because
me said that before we come here, you know?
One of the things I taught us.
We all, I would just learn.
Because
all praises, all praises.
It's that they want it fresh.
Listen, the man never been know go back to the church. You see church, the man never been know
Set up by a slave master.
You can't go back after you know the truth, you're not going to go back.
This man never want to go back at these churches. Me don't want to go back here.
All praises to the Most High.
Yeah, you see your Bible? When am I read? I hit him on a read. Because I
bring like
I see your Bible. And the old man them teach me the thing. You know what is nobody now? You know what nobody now?
Afterwards,
say the collection plate out here. You say the collection plate out here, sister?
Sow a seed.
Sow a seed, tithes.
Sow a seed. If you throw a big seed, big things happening in your life. That is why you find out that we don't want to repent. You understand? So you have to teach people the way how to repent. You understand? Right. and teach them so them can make changes in their life.
And these churches and these pastors are nothing but a church.
Alright.
We feel the same way, brother.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Alright, because it goes right back to today. Let's read verse 6, verse 8, verse 6, verse 8. Alright, listen up. Because this is something else that we're going to bring out that relates to us even till this very day. Read.
Book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8.
And this is the
in
book
the
of
Apocrypha.
Baruch. You ever heard about the Apocrypha?
Yeah.
The Maccabee Bible.
Yes.
Oh.
This was taken out. This was taken out by the very same church, because guess what?
The very same church, yes.
The very same church where we are going to today, them take it out. Because if you're going to the Catholic priests, still have these books in the Bible. The Anglican priests, them still have it. But they're not teaching it because of what is in here. So when you have this, you make a correlation between the Old and the New Testament. Without this knowledge, we get confused. And it was done by this man here. All of the different denominations them set up was done to confuse us. Oh, read this.
Book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach.
So God has scattered us all over the globe. The transatlantic slave trade, the sub-Sahara slave trade to the Far East. Because you know we have our people right now in India and China. We were the ones that built the Great Wall of China. You know that? We're all over. So he said he has scattered us for a reproach. What does a reproach mean? Them scorn you. Nobody wants you. You distance themselves from you. That's a reproach. You're oppressed. You're killed. For no reason at all. Don't you see that happening to our brothers in America? Get killed down for no reason at all. Even when you have the camera there, they wear the body cam, the police. The evidence is there what they did. And they still get off scotch-free. That's a curse. Read.
And a curse. And to be subject to payments.
Subject to payments. Water bill, light bill, water. Jamaica name what them call Jamaica? Jamaica
Land of food and water.
Land of food and water.
That's so much money for
Water
it.
should have free.
Water should have free. Don't bury bottled water there. Who you think bottle that? And our people do it. And the very system of our NWC is set up is by the Babylon system.
Right.
We have to pay for get water. I've driven all over Jamaica, and when you reach in the countryside, the amount of springs where you see, why we have to pay for water? We are subject to payments, read.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers.
All the iniquities of our forepayments. That's why we are inheriting all of those iniquities. The iniquities of our forepayments. That's why we are under bondage. That is why we are in this situation that we're in. But there's a solution to all of this.
Yes, that I was
Deuteronomy 10 and verse 12. Let's see what the solution is. Because we hear this and we say, okay, we identify and understand that we are the Israelites. But guess what? There's something that we, now knowing this knowledge, what we're required to do.
So that's what it means by the sins of our parents visit the third and fourth generation.
Yes. It's a generational curse. So don't say, oh, I wasn't physically over there doing it.
Right.
We inherit the iniquities. Because just as this man right here today is benefiting from what their foreparents did. Because guess what? A white man can walk to Jamaica anywhere.
You know that?
Nobody no trouble in. You understand me? Come up to the Bible, sir.
You know that?
Right? Nobody troubles him. Yes, you know. Who's God? Who's God?
When is God
Don't
Always that.
let him wait and you bring out what you're bringing out.
Always that any benefit to you. Hold on, I'm telling you something.
Let him wait and you bring out that.
So, Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12 and verse 12. And now, Israel, who does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So it says, what does God require to know that you know that you are an Israelite? Alright? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him.
But to walk in all his ways and to love him. Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Serve God with all your heart, with all your soul. I'm going to tell you what, in order for you to do, accomplish all of that, what you need to do. Read.
To keep the commandments.
To what?
To keep the commandments.
To keep the commandments. That is what he requires of us. To keep the commandments. Now let's see some of the commandments that we are required to keep. Because in the church they tell you, oh, Sunday worship is Sunday worship is everything. We're supposed to, every day is my Sabbath. We hear that from Christians. But guess what? There are stipulations and conditions how you keep the Sabbath. Right? You understand me? Need the Sabbath. Let me show you the Sabbath. Let's work with the Sabbath. Exodus 20 and verse 8. Because this is something that God commands us as Israelites that we must do. We are required to keep the Sabbath.
Before you read, you see, the people who say every day is the Sabbath is us. You know, so apparently it's been Jamaican.
And all the Jamaicans all over.
I think I thought I saw it.
And all the Jamaicans. Anybody, any of our people, wherever they are, let me tell you something. We all do the same, no matter where we are. We have this preconceived, because of the indoctrinations that we get, we have this preconceived ideas about certain things. So no matter where we go, we get the same. If you go to America, it's the same kind of rejection and the same kind of ignoring that we get here.
Tomorrow account.
Same thing that can, no matter where you go. It's the same thing. Our people fit the curse to a T. No matter where you go, we display the same characteristics, certain characteristics. So it's not only Jamaicans. So Exodus 20 and verse 8. Let's read that.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Why does it say remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy?
Because it's an example of God. That's what you God. It's an example. It's an example.
This happened to us. That is why it said during slavery, everything was stripped from us. Our true identity was stripped. Our language was taken. Who our true God is was taken from us. So all of that knowledge was erased from our memory, was erased from how we lived our lives. So in so doing, the Sabbath day was pushed aside. We are given Sunday. The slave master said, okay, Sunday you're gonna take time Sunday, go and work Sunday. And the Sunday is when you get to do every little thing. Because you work from sun up to sundown, right through the clock. From Monday to Saturday, even sometimes on Sunday, them work.
And it's the brightest
because
day of the week.
if the king crop you, guess what? That was the best bet you need. So you're gonna work on the Sunday. So 7 days for the week, you're gonna work sun up, sundown, till your back give out. So it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Just like if you have a child, you're telling a child, okay, you just send a child to the shop and you say, okay, remember you're going cross the road. Remember, and to the right. Why wouldn't you say remember? Child might forget.
But the pastors are not preaching this.
There you go.
You see what he said a while ago? The last read that you read a while ago? The pastors are not preaching this. Why is it?
Because they tell us that the commandments are done away. Because you know what is...
Who tell them? Who tell them?
Nobody tells them.
Nobody. That's what the churches do.
No.
They say the laws are done away with.
No, the church doesn't teach.
What do they tell my sister? What do they
The church doesn't teach.
So should keep the Sabbath.
Remember.
do? You keep the Sabbath?
Who was the commandments given to?
The Israelites.
Okay. Alright, so if you observe the law, how do we become Christians? Yeah. How do we become a Christian?
What was a Christian?
No. And that's what I'm asking. What are you saying?
We are bringing out the knowledge of how our people are now. We are the Israelites, according to the Bible. The Israelites. When you read the Bible, what nation of people does it speak?
I'll finish that one.
What?
What I'm talking about?
You see?
Isaiah 1 and 3 experience all of that. The ox went his own and the ass is mad. But Israel does not. Israel does not even consider. Because she's mocking up that reality.
Israel was the capital of all.
Where was he?
Straight in Africa.
Exodus 20. So, Exodus 20 and verse 8 it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So God give us 6 days to labor and do all that. So question, which day is the Sabbath day? Read.
But the seventh day
When?
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord. So which day is 7th day? Alright. You're going to preach the gospel, right? The days of the week are?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's right.
Which day is the Sabbath? Which day is the Sabbath?
Saturday.
And when you read Genesis, it tells you that the morning and the evening were the person. So the actual day starts from the evening. So it is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That's the period of the Sabbath.
Me no listen to them, pastor.
Friday.
Come on and watch you from them. I'm going to church.
Not 6 o'clock.
No.
That's when the sun, when it gets dark, that is when the Sabbath starts. Because Adventists, I would say, at 6 o'clock, no. Because depending on the time of the year, 6 o'clock sometimes is bright sunlight. It depends on where you are.
We're not going to slavery.
Oh yes, we are going to.
We're not going to
But
slavery.
that is why we are out here. We are raising up back our people. We are here. Our people. We are going to. So what? You think this kingdom is going to last forever?
See China then come? And then more now that shit. And then more now that supermarket. And then go and look at Star we have. And then more now that store. And then go and look at Star we have. And they have talk one way.
We are going to will get out.
Just for our time.
That is just temporary.
1,000 more years. We're still going to
Just for our time.
Everything I fulfill.
You see? You see that lady pass a while ago?
Let me go through. Let me go through.
Don't lose hope, Daddy. Don't lose hope.
In it. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work. So you work from Sunday to Friday sundown. From Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, that's the Sabbath.
In it, thou shalt not do any work.
So on the Sabbath day, you're not supposed to do any work. And if some Christians say, every day is my Sabbath, when will you work to earn a living? One of the conditions of keeping the Sabbath is that you don't work.
Bring it on.
So how could every day be a Sabbath? You're not there doing it. But that's one of the commandments. One of the commandments to remember the Sabbath day. So what we're going to is showing you how you observe the Sabbath as a command. How God commands us to keep the Sabbath.
You know why that lady was speaking about we keep by commandments. We fear the rules, you know. And we don't like rules. That's why
Exactly. We're a lawless people. We don't like rules, we don't like regulations. A lot of times when I drive, the green, the red light is here. People going through the light. We don't like any form of law. We're rebellious people. And God describes us as rebellious.
this nation precisely.
So let's show us. So one of the stipulations.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.